Hello, this is Damaddok82, and I'm back here with AiyonMk3 today, doing Pimp Mah Bote once again, and we are back here with LeCogular's design, the ship that shall not be named.
Isn't that because, well, now that I think about it, does this ship actually have a name?
HBS Mark IV Hull Pimped is the current name of it.
Yeah, that's about what I thought.
Yeah.
Yes, hello. This is AiyonMk3. Robot greetings to all of you. Yes.
I think that was actually one of our better intros right there.
Except for the fact I'm not actually sure if I was live when you actually did your part. Because mine was still testing broadcast when you started up, so. But it says live for 22 seconds odd, so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess it's okay.
Be fine.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm just doing Discord notification now, so yeah. Shall we discuss where we were and where we plan to go?
Yes. How about you go ahead and lead us off on that?
We plan to paint it red because we want to go faster.
Well, that's a given, but I'm sure people want a little more than that.
More DACA.
We added a lot of DACA.
More DACA.
I mean, I'm not saying it's enough. I'm just saying we've added a lot. I mean, to say that we've
Okay.
added enough would be heresy. Stop me if I'm wrong, Ion.
Well, isn't the heresy not having enough DACA?
Possibly.
On a more relevant note.
Oh, Geo's in chat. Hello, Geo.
On a more relevant note, we need to get the LAM system finished. We need to get the AI and detection system finished. We need to get the main power drive finished because it does. Last time we were working on this, we did install the steam propellers. And apologies, I would normally be showing this on stream right now as I talk about it, but I am actually still doing my notifications on Discord that I'm actually doing the stream in the first place. So yada yada.
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay, that's the one in mine. Now I need to find the shame of self-promotion in yours.
Actually, you could just go ahead and post it in announcements if you want. Completely up to
remember,
you.
we're trying to disconnect those two things.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of, we do need to continue with this merger. But anyway, yeah. Okay, now I'm in my thing.
Awesome.
I almost forgot to refresh my chat box because that usually pulls a vanishing axe on me.
Yeah.
Hello, Jonah. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. My apologies for not
Geo says
you
we do need more DACA, by the way. I'm not surprised by that.
Razul, hi to you as well, and thank you
Hi,
for
Raz.
confirming that my chat box is actually functioning this time, because most of the time no one bothers to tell me it's not working properly on the stream, so yeah.
Yeah, that'd be frustrating.
Yeah. But yeah, it's, it was part of the plan that we were going to give this thing some more weapon systems in the form of missile-based systems, which we were starting to do at the end of last time.
Yeah, some missile systems couldn't hurt.
Yeah, it's more supplementary weapons because we've already got the main battery set in and secondary set in around the place.
Might I suggest vertical launch systems?
We are actually short of space for those. They would be fitted into the...
I would have thought we would have had room for them.
There are some places we can put them. There are places we can put them. But towards the actual center of the ship is somewhere we can't really do it because that's where the main citadel is and stuff.
I'm gonna see if I can find a place to put this big old engine prefab that I got here. This is something that Existence recommended to me, and it puts out about, I think it's 52,000 power, if I remember right. Whatever 18,800 is times 3. I'm not good with doing math in my head.
Well, at idle, it's rated at 56.5 almost.
Okay, so I was a little off.
No, so 52 sounds about right when it heats up.
Yeah.
So it should be fine.
Actually, I think it's too big. Oh, wait.
There are some larger gaps in there. Razzle says small AA missiles and some medium torpedoes, as well as a bunch of anti-torpedoes. That's something we didn't have, anti-torpedoes.
Yeah, anti-torpedoes are always nice to have.
Anti-torpedoes? We'll shoot all
Yeah,
the toys?
I got a bit of a tongue twister there. Yeah, this engine is not going to fit,
if the enemy
sadly.
brings no rubber ducks, we will not stand for it.
Yes. I think I might just put a couple of Ruby engines in here then, because this is not going to fit as I'd hoped.
How big is it?
It is... let me pull the prefab back up.
3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13.
It's like 31 or 30 long and 13 wide. Yeah. It's probably not going to fit. So that's okay.
It would need to be at the widest. How tall is it?
5.
There is just enough space under the aft section of the system.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you talking about?
There is literally just enough space if we tear out some of the pre-installed decking. Underneath the tertiary aft turret.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking of putting it. It's just there's a bunch of crap in the way. I mean, I still got the prefab.
If we tear into the armor a little bit, we can get it in here.
Okay.
Because it is wide enough and it's definitely long enough. It's just not quite tall enough.
Yeah.
So rearranging the armor a little bit will let us get that. How old did you say it was? 30?
Yeah, about 30 long.
2, 3. That's 12. Okay.
I think if I scoot it this way towards the Citadel a little bit more.
Well, we have to be careful because it's right up against the laser section. Is that long enough, that section I've cleared out in the armor? This is about as much space as we've got.
Yeah, I think you could even come in, no, one more on either side too, and it would still work. But oh, are you putting in some kind of a liner there or spall liner?
No, I've cleared out enough space for you to actually install the thing.
Okay, it still needs to be wider towards the bottom on either side by about 2 meters on.
Didn't you say it was 5 meters tall?
It's 5 meters tall.
Yeah, this area is 5 meters open now.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. My mistake. Yeah. I'll slap it in there. We'll see what happens. I'm just kind of reluctant to, because if we have to take it back out, it's a while to cut these engines out.
Raz agrees, by the way, with my estimate that 56.4, when perfectly cool, will run about a 52, 53k when it's actually operational. Little Mean and Jason Standella, welcome to the stream.
Hello, guys. How's it going?
Welcome to the stream. Yes, Little Mean, you do see a little bit of AA on the upper decks of the ship, just a tiny bit. And yeah, I did think it was odd to see you this early, Jason, but yeah, it's with the current situation, you're working from home now. I hope that's going okay for you. I am personally one of the unfortunate / fortunate, depending on how you look at it, ones that is counted as an essential worker. Ooh,
yeah, same here.
So I get a special piece of paper I can wave in the face of the police to say, "Hey, I'm actually supposed to be out and about. Please don't find me," and stuff like that.
Oh, come on, Ion. I thought you were a rebel.
I am a rebel, but I can't afford to get fined by 30 to 50 odd quid just for being out and about.
Not with that attitude.
No, I really can't afford it.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
I have, yeah, seriously. But yeah, it's like those of us that do have to keep working to try and keep things a bit safer for the rest of us. You know, it's still something that needs to be done. Let's see. Is the plan to encase this thing entirely in metal? Also, are you doing the exhaust right
Yeah,
now?
I'm gonna reroute the exhaust where it goes down through the bottom of the hull.
Okay, I'll leave you to do that then. So the
If
engine's
I mean, we could tear it out and redo it to where the pipes will actually point downwards. I just don't know if I feel like ripping it all back out again because it's so freaking huge.
Well, it's fine where it is, honestly.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Razzle says, Ion, there is a difference between rebel and rabble.
Good one, Raz.
Well, there goes my very hard one ego. Thank you very much, Raz.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah. Well, you know me and my sense of self-worth. Okay. Mean says he's taking a break from his Juggernaut project, trying to make a very large ship. Oof. Yeah, that can be a job and a half in From the Depths, honestly.
Yeah, we were actually tinkering around with my latest large battleship build here earlier, before the stream got started.
Yeah, I was condensing down some of his laser turrets. It's actually worked out okay, I think.
Yeah, that thing should be campaign ready relatively soon, though, too. So, I'll do a reveal video once it's completed, though, for all those who've been watching the build videos.
Do you mind if I work something into the space underneath the engine?
Not at all. What'd you have in mind?
I'm thinking side-mounted torpedo batteries.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
I mean, it actually fits perfectly there because there's plenty of room for the actual missile system itself to sit in. And it goes straight to that 2-meter wide lip.
Yeah, I could see that working.
Just at the sides of the ship here.
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, yeah, we have to dig into the lower hull armor a little bit, but we could actually emit large missiles into this area if we wanted to.
Well, if necessary, we could always go back and reinforce it with heavier armor if that becomes too big an issue.
Yeah, true. I just wonder if is it wise to install large torps?
Actually, I find medium torpedoes, they do pretty well as is.
True. Okay, yeah, okay, let's go with a medium torp configuration then.
I go with like 5 HE torpedoes in this build of From the Depths, and they do wonders. Like about 20k explosion damage. Geo says, quarantine is just perpetual Sunday. Yeah, I can see that, Geo. Perpetual what? Sunday.
Except you're not really allowed to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had people flouting the quarantine, like people having parties, pubs arranging for you to sit in and be locked inside with everyone else and have a drink rather than being separated and all that.
Yeah.
People going rambling in the Peak District as a quote-unquote essential trip. There was someone who was turned back because he went to climb a mountain in Wales.
Really?
Yes.
What was... okay, whatever.
Yeah, right in the middle of the quarantine getting started up.
I'm like, what the hell was that guy thinking?
Well, he actually travelled partway across the country to do it as well.
Okay,
okay. So he went and travelled a long way and then did it as well.
Well, I was going to say, what's the point of climbing a mountain? And someone in the comments would probably just say because it's there, so...
That's pretty much why people do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, sorry, you guys. I didn't mean to leave the chat behind. Jonah, what do I work with? I'm frontline retail, so I'm not actually medical personnel. So not the quote-unquote frontline. I'm just one of the guys that helps to make sure you can get access to food and vital supplies and stuff.
Like toilet paper.
By being at work. Yeah, there was that is literally the thing that stuck with me the most out of this quarantine from last week. Was this little old man who came in desperate, asking me if I please had some toilet paper.
Wow, desperate, you say?
Yeah, he was seriously desperate. As it turned out, I actually did have a pack of toilet paper because I'd had to take it off a customer a little bit earlier because they were trying to buy more than one pack at a time. So,
ooh, that sounds like a bit of a no-no.
That's how bad the shortage was getting. People could only buy one pack of toilet paper. We weren't allowing them to have more than that. And even then, it was still running out. Like, it was evaporating off the shelves. It was so bad.
I don't know. At that point, I think I'd be running into a McDonald's and stealing a bunch of their napkins.
Yeah, they're shut.
All
our McDonald's are shut.
Ours too.
Yeah, he was so relieved and just saying thank you. He's run out completely. So he was just so glad that I happened to have a pack of toilet paper. He bought it then and there.
Poor guy.
Even though he was actually wanting to go and get some money from a cash machine, but then the thought that someone else might spot that there was toilet paper there, he just went and bought it straight away.
Can't say I blame him.
But it's like, my reaction is, he shouldn't have been put into that position, but all the panic buying and such kind of forced it on him.
Yeah.
So that's why it's really stuck in my mind a bit. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to go on a rant.
No, you're fine. I'm going to install some anti-torpedo defenses back here while you're working on that.
Okay. Oh, Mean says his dreadnought is actually in Space Engineers.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, kudos to you on that one. Space Engineers is a bit trickier to build big.
Yeah.
Especially since it doesn't have as many developed systems, if I'm honest.
That's true too.
Okay, let's see. Raz says, to be fair, it's usually the rabble that becomes rebellious. The upper crust tends to be too well off to bother with rebelling. Well, yeah, that's kind of true.
Geo says, oh no, whatever will you do without McDonald's? Hopefully lose some damn weight.
I expect full-fledged riots before the week's out.
The drive-thrus are still open, though.
I don't know about them. Not here. I do know, however, that all public toilets are closed.
Really?
Yeah. Because even though there's so many fewer people about, I've actually been asked far more often than usual where people can find toilets, just because they need to go, and the fact is that all the public ones are actually shut. So it kind of sucks to be them for that, but there's not much we can do about it.
Yeah, where are the poor bums gonna pee?
Oh, those guys have it worse off, actually, in all this. Let's see. Raz says that he finds a higher fire rate of mediums to be more useful than the higher damage per torp that large ones do, especially versus enemy anti-torps that tend to make short work of large ones. Fair point. Accepted missiles. Actually, that's something I think we should do, Dama.
What's that?
Have a large missile system installed somewhere. Even a small one, but still a large one. A small, large one. You know, you get what I mean.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Alright.
And that's actually because I've been watching Borderwiser tutorials and things, just refreshing my knowledge a bit. And he makes a good point that a large missile is far more easily detected than mediums and smalls.
But it's a hell of a lot tankier.
Exactly, yeah, especially if you put some reinforced bodies on it.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is you get a large missile with reinforced bodies, so you make it really tough, and then it'll get picked up and prioritized rather heavily by any anti-missile systems. Yeah, sure, Raz, that's fine. I understand completely. Yeah.
Do you have to go?
No. Raz recommended making these independent torpedoes instead of one chain linked one, and yeah, that's entirely fair. So yeah, I'll just a quick little workaround here, and there we go. 2 separate torpedo systems sorted. Yes, indeed. Little means toilet paper fort will absorb all. That is literally what I said when I found out people were hoarding toilet paper. It's like, no doubt they'll be laughing at us from their fortresses of toilet paper when the rest of us run out. That's literally what I said to someone. Okay, let's see, that's his, yeah, I think this is decent for this area. Total of 16 torpedoes down underneath the engine block.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get this guy configured then. We need the essentials, of course. We need a torpedo, fin, fuel. We need the ballast tank, of course.
We probably need to put in a big old bank of ammo processors in this thing somewhere, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's the point. We haven't actually got ammo supply yet. How many explosive warheads did you say you normally do?
Like 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. Let's balance this thing out.
I usually find like a 7-meter long torpedo does pretty good because that gives you enough room for 5 explosive warheads, all the fuel you'll ever need, APN if you want it, and the ballast.
These are 1 block shorter, actually.
Huh?
These are 1 block shorter, actually.
Oh, you going with a 6-meter?
That's what I happen to have space to put in. Yeah.
Oh, okay. You could just bulge that section out just slightly to make them longer. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. But yeah, okay. That says ideally with a bulkhead between them. Yeah, there's actually a meter gap here for a bulkhead, so that's fine. There will be a bulkhead. It won't be a thick one, but there will be one. That wouldn't surprise me, little mean, actually.
Oh, what's he saying?
Okay. What Mean is saying is, do you know about this aluminium or aluminum for you Americans block that used to be very precious in the English treasury? It will soon be replaced by a toilet roll. Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to be the gold standard, it's going to be the toilet paper standard.
And it all comes back to paper money, I guess.
Basically, yeah.
Let's see here, connector. AI, wireless receiver, there we go.
There you go, I think that fits. Just use the 2x1 hatches on it.
Alright, I have put in some passive sonar systems to detect torpedoes, and we have some, well, as soon as I switched over to torpedo interceptors, I'll have them all set.
Okay. Raz strongly recommends target prediction or APN torps. They are so slow that they bring a lots of benefit. That is very true. And
actually,
I am going to accelerate these things too.
I've been finding that some of the best torpedoes so far is using remote guidance and with a thumper head on them.
Yeah, just to get the higher velocity under the water.
Well, not so as much that is it increases its health pool to where it's a lot harder to counter. And a lot of campaign craft, especially in 2.4.9, they don't have a defense against it.
Yeah, a thumper head adds like a couple of thousand hit points to it.
Yeah.
Reinforced body adds like 3,000 hit points to it then. So I guess it depends on what you're prioritizing.
Actually, I find that those kind of torpedoes are very good at sinking tiers.
What, the remote guidance thumper?
Yep.
The only drawback is that it would require more processing on the ship launching.
Yeah, but having a weapon system that the tier can't counter, I think it's worth it.
What's the tier's defensive measures like? Is it active interception, or is it like trying to spoof the sonars or something?
Bit of both. I know that its LAM system can target and intercept them, and it does launch like a sonar decoys. So yeah.
Okay, right. In that case, this is a big boat. It can afford to splash out on some remote-guided torpedoes, I would say. Torpedo prop. Let's boost the thrust up.
If you don't mind, I'm going to put in. I put in a bulkhead for you there. I don't know if you're considering spinning out that way any further or not, but.
There we go. 60 meters per second on this torpedo.
Ooh, that's not bad. Speed goes. The LAM system. Do we want to try encasing this thing in wood or stone to try to mitigate EMP to it?
Good question.
I'm thinking wood because it's already behind some armor, and that'll add to its.
If we use slopes, then it could serve as spell lining as well, couldn't it?
We don't really have to worry too much about a spell liner because there's a huge air gap between the. Actually, there's a few air gaps. Because it's like he's got a torpedo bulge on the very outer hull. So. I'm just going to line that.
Okay,
like
so
that
I've got
quick.
a 6 warhead torpedo with remote guidance and thumper, 2 fin pieces, a ballast tank which is set to keep it to 10 meters down in the water. Actually, I reduced the final buoyancy by 0.1.
Okay. Sound good.
And actually, 10 meters. The question: how deep is this ship going to be?
I have no clue. We haven't really done any floatability tests with it, aside from when I first spawned it in.
I think if this ship sinks 15 meters, it's probably in trouble.
Probably so. I usually set them for about 15 meters if you're talking about setting the...
yeah, the depth of it.
Yeah. Well, not so as much as the depth, but I was thinking the local weapon controller. But I guess you're talking about the ballast setting.
Yeah. Actually, Raz, it's because it's behind the chat. I think it's actually a 40-second life, not 48 seconds.
I think a lot of people they usually go with like 5 meters, and usually works out pretty well for them.
Yeah, five is like a nice fast firer that's pretty flexible.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's default life of a medium missile is 20, and then if you convert it to a torpedo, it doubles to 40. So that's yeah.
I usually don't put a buoyancy setting on my torpedoes though, because I want them to be able to hit submarines. So yeah, that's just my reason behind it.
It's just what it aims towards, but it will overcome it by angling with its torpedo propeller.
That is true.
So it's just like you can if it's like one of the things I did is negative buoyancy on it, so it's by nature slowly sinking. That means as it gets close to its target, it's naturally going to be sinking underneath the target and actually angling upwards. So it's more likely to come up underneath the middle of the ship rather than just smash into the side of it.
Okay.
So little things like that.
All right. The LAMS area is completely encased in wood right now.
Raz says that he's found setting the float depth to 0, but final buoyancy to as low as it can get works best for. Oh, I've never tried it with that configuration.
No, nor have I.
Okay, fine. I will be guided by the master. 0 buoyancy, 0 final float depth, and it'll drop at half the rate of gravity. So yeah, same for these. Did I copy that to all of them? I did not. Okay. Sorted. Right, we've got that set. So, what about? I think AIs. What about AIs? What have we got for AIs?
Do we have it? Yeah, we do have 2 AAs on this presently.
AAs.
AIs. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm getting so tongue-tied today. I have no clue, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Lost AIs. Rewarded found. A quick shot to the back of the head. For discovering state secrets.
I'm just kind of putting in some wooden bulkheads right now.
I don't think we ever installed an AI core, actually, so...
Geo says, doesn't the tier sink like a rock with all the HA in the armor? It can. It's got a shitload of downward-facing props, and Flak Seawiz tends to wipe the floor with most missiles and torpedoes as well. Yeah, that is true. 400mm Flak Seawiz is amazing on those. Also makes decent anti-air in a pinch.
There's a point. Where is the AI, actually?
Is it not around the Citadel?
Oh, found him.
Okay.
Okay, right. Geo says, would you tell Dama to read his chat again, or shall I post questions here too?
I was just reading my chat. Jeez, Geo. You do know there's a delay, don't you?
Dama, go read your chat.
I just did.
Yeah, I found the AIs. They're in this big block of heavy armor, which I think came pre-installed with the ship when we got it. Because honestly, the AIs are... I'm not sure why this got this configuration, but it's mostly empty. Right. Though Geo does say that he does the same kind of torpedo as Raz. Okay, so we've got 2 main frames. We've got the main battery guns. We've got so we want 1 AI for main battery, right? We want another AI for Those twin-barreled APSs, are they secondary
Yeah,
cannons, do you think?
yeah, they're secondaries.
What are they meant to go after the same target as the primaries?
Um, I don't even remember what the hell I had them equipped to shoot. It's been so
Hopefully
long.
something that goes boom.
Yeah, I imagine since they're low gauge, probably either flak or quite possibly frag.
At the very least, I think we want one primary target AI and one anti-aircraft AI, don't we?
Yeah. I think I'm going to
Since the
start
AI
wiring up the LAM system.
Also, we still need a name for the ship.
Well, if COPPA's around, maybe we could ask him.
I've not seen him in my chat. Have you seen him in your chat?
Nope.
Right. Okay. We will need to go around setting channels and everything for all this.
Mm-hmm.
So the main battery AI is going to be channel 1,
Okay.
and the anti-aircraft AI is going to be set to channel 2.
Okay. That sounds fine to me.
Minas, does this have a British touch, as in highly vulnerable ammo? We don't know yet. We've not really installed ammo.
I thought there was some ammo installed on this before we got
Oh, there's
to
only
it.
there is some, but there's only
Yeah.
a small amount. I think we put it in just for loading the weaponry, which is admittedly why you would install the ammo, though, isn't it?
Hmm. Let's see here.
Oh, they already had. Right. Channel 1, channel 2. There's actually more space in this area than I thought there was. Neat.
Huh. Wonder why that's there.
Okay, this one focuses on the biggest, most heavily armed things it can find. It cares a little bit about range, but not that much, all things considered. So there is that. And this one is going to be focusing on speed, and it doesn't. Again, it's like the closest thing possible.
Okay.
It would prefer to go after smaller stuff though, so minus 0.25 on that. And that'll be the one guiding the anti-aircraft weaponry. So yeah, there we go. That's those two. Now we just need to go around every single weapon system on this ship and set them up accordingly. So, yay! I think that's the right term for it, isn't it?
Well, setting up these lambs isn't going to be a walk in the park either.
Easy in finding all of the weapon controls.
Yeah, and the copy and paste doesn't seem to work 100% of the time. I've just remembered.
Yeah, for settings, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently the Little doesn't know why he's building his juggernaut so large.
That's okay, we don't either.
Not sure what he's going to put into the ship. It's going to be armed to the teeth with guns, and it's going to have near impenetrable shields, but just too much space. All you can do with that really is try to make living space out of it, Little Mean. Especially it depends on what kind of DLCs you might have installed. If you can get some of the more cosmetic options. Or if you want to just try and make your own versions, actually, with whatever you can turn around and pretend. So, there is that. Let's see. Where's the one for this one?
Because make-believe is so much fun.
This is true. Should we do make-believe as we do this? Actually?
Yeah, I'm gonna make-believe I'm a millionaire. What?
That's not exactly a topic I want to make believe about, but yeah.
Really, what would you want to make believe about, Ion?
Don't get me wrong, I wish it was true, but I also know for a fact that it's not something that appears because you dream about it. I don't know.
Well, I figure if you're gonna dream, you're gonna dream big.
Damaddok, a mysterious check has appeared through your letterbox. It claims you are the heir to a fortune and may claim many billions of dollars. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna buy Brilliant Skies and Fix from the Depths.
Okay. Your acquisition goes off with only a few speed bumps. You gain control of Brilliant Skies, and you have control over the fate of the developers. How will you fix from the depths?
There's a few people that probably fire instantly. I'm not gonna say who on camera. Though I'm sure there's a few names that stick out in people's minds right now.
Fair enough. Okay, it works. The undesirables are purged from the company, and this goes well for about a year. Then you receive a message that people playing from the depths are turning into drooling, glazed-eyed individuals. Something is amiss.
Are they still playing?
Yes. Yes, they are. So does that mean it doesn't matter then?
Till the government steps in? No, not really.
Oh, no. There just seems to be this message appearing in your email inbox saying that what you owe is due to be collected.
Well, I do have an unpaid traffic ticket, so...
It does not seem to be a message from the traffic enforcement authorities.
Oh. Is it the devil?
You don't know. Could be. But there is no scent of brimstone on the paper, so...
Well, then how am I supposed to know who I'm gonna pay if they don't, tell me?
That's just it. It doesn't tell you.
Yeah, so, there's no return address on it, I'm assuming.
Nope. Just the warning that payment is due.
Uh-huh. And it doesn't tell me what the payment is for or how much it is.
Nope.
Okay, well, I think I will put it somewhere for right now, just to not necessarily out of sight, out of mind, but maybe keep it close by.
Okay. And what will you do in the meantime?
Probably hire some security.
That's fair. You've got plenty of funds to do that. Okay. Your security decides that they really like playing From the Depths. And are often found doing so in their nicest security rooms when they are supposed to be on shift. With the same glaze-eyed expression that is being reported from other witnesses to people playing the game.
You're not going to make this easy on me, are you?
No.
And I'm assuming the same thing's going to happen if I just fire him and hire new staff.
You don't know that?
Then I guess I'd have to do that. Geo's asking why I am using rubber on the inside of the ship. Geo, that is because rubber floats and glass doesn't float near as well. Also, rubber is considered non-structural, so it will not spawn hash fragments. That's why I'm using rubber.
Hello, Bapple. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Bapple says those missiles and gunners on the side are nice. So Bapple likes all the weaponry that's been bolted onto this thing, it seems.
Glad he's been enjoying it so far.
Jason also likes all the AA and secondaries.
Aion?
Yeah?
For some reason, you have two local weapon controllers on this turret. Or for this turret.
Which turret?
The forward main one.
Forward main?
Yes. There is one directly under the turret block, and then there is one actually on the turret itself.
Oh. So I didn't need to add those. Okay, noted.
Thought you'd want to know that. I just spotted it.
Thank you. I honestly thought I hadn't put them on, so that's why I was installing new ones. Whoops.
No, like I said, I just thought you'd want to know.
I did, yes. Thank
Yes.
you. By the way, your new staff are also going glass-eyed and skipping their shifts to play From the Depths.
Yeah, how did I know?
Let's see. Hi, Jaxia. Welcome to the stream.
Hi, Jaxia. Haven't seen you in a while.
Jaxia does specifically say hello, Aion and friend. The friend in this case is Dama. We don't have a third builder at the moment.
Though.
So, Damaddok.
Yeah. Though we would welcome another builder if one happens to show up, so.
Yeah, as is our way. Razzle says, just change the From the Depths user agreement to include that the user's soul may be forfeited to cover any debts incurred by the devs and/or company owners.
Yeah, I'll do that.
This somewhat fanciful change to the end user agreement of From the Depths is taken as a sign of humour by the greater community at large, and so From the Depths becomes more popular. because the devs and the company know how to laugh at themselves. And a new invoice shows up in your letterbox saying that the debt is to be collected in 1 week's time. Again, there is no sign of who may have sent this message or when or how it appeared.
Okay.
Jaxia says it's a cute BB we've got. Thank you, Jaxia. I think it's turning out quite nicely, honestly. Oh, I didn't configure the upper deck guns, I don't think. And Jason says that he was going to submit his battleship project, but he's not happy with the layout at all. Do you mean with your battleship, Jason? because that's the kind of thing that Pimp Mah Bote actually accepts as a target.
Geo says, right, most use wood to uber nerf the spalling. I'm guessing he's talking about me putting in the rubber spall liner from earlier.
Ah, okay.
It's something that I've experimented with in the past, but I really haven't done any test work. But in theory, I think it would be superior to wood.
I don't know what the quality is of projectiles generated from rubber. By the way,
you
all
can't
users from
generate
depths
any
have
from
collapsed.
rubber
They are now vegetable.
if it's a hash, because it's not considered a structural block.
Oh, are you not playing anymore, Damaddok?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were still talking about spall liners. So.
Nah, but I kept on with the thing.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
Let's see. I have one more lamp system to hook up.
I just figured I'd try something, so. But we've seemed to have hit a dead wall, folks. So Dama, the owner of Brilliant Skies, is not interested in playing.
No, go on. I'm kind of curious to see where this is going to go.
As I said, all players are from the depths have now collapsed in a vegetative state. Since you did nothing after the reminder that the bill was due came through.
Uh-huh.
And this means there's no one playing from the depths anymore.
Hmm.
I'm also wondering what this heavy armor barrier is for.
What heavy armor barrier?
There was just this, I think it was an interior bulkhead or something left over from when we first started building.
Oh. Geo says, so in that sense, NAN is better. Yeah. I mean, having no fragmentation is better than having fragmentation, right? Makes sense to me, anyway.
Yeah, I guess it does. So
I am giving the laser transceivers just a little bit of armor and some surge protectors to try to mitigate any possible EMP. So I am trying to be aware of that.
let's see. Raz also had a comment again.
Oh.
Raz says change the AGB to make the souls only redeemable after the natural death of their current owners, and that no more than 0.1% down payment per year may be taken early. I think Raz has caught on. Though sadly, Damma lost track a little bit. Also, there's a message here for you, Damma.
Yes.
Jack says that he watched your FTD campaign with Meister on Ashes of the Empire and loves your 40k tank.
Oh yeah, that's available on the workshop right now if you want to tinker with it. Actually, Heistmeister told me that there has been a lot of requests for getting those up there. So, someone did note in the comments though that the Lehman Russ does have some issues with its turret getting blown off. I haven't had a chance to rectify that just yet, but it shouldn't be too hard to fix. It does have a the turret itself does have a layer of metal armor to protect the innards, I think, but it could probably be up to like maybe some heavy armor just to try to give it a little more oomph. But it would also slow down the turret's rotation. So,
Jason, so yes, that is a lot of heavy armor. Though most of this was inherited when we got the ship itself delivered to us, so not technically our fault for the most part.
Yeah. I did like the aesthetic of it.
Oh yeah, I mean it's heavily reinforced and pricey. It's just heavy.
Yeah.
That's my.
So we probably will need to do some downward props, I imagine.
Also, Existence, welcome to the stream.
Hi, Existence, what's up?
You are not that late. We only started streaming about an hour ago. So I guess you are fairly late in that context, but it's not been too bad. Other than that, that's actually me caught up on my chat at the moment. So, is anything going on with yours, Dan?
Nope, just Gio's the only one who's been in there, so.
Actually, that's a point. Did you actually put notification up that you
started
the stream? That's usually something you forget to do.
I've been trying to be better about that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we can totally do that.
For those wondering, by the way, these big guys are meant to be like more of a decoy than an offensive big missile. So they're actually really short as far as big missiles go. So that's kind of what I'm doing here.
I am installing some downward-facing props, and that way, when we go to test out its floatability, we'll at least have something. Pretty much, yeah. I'm trying to incorporate them into the hull, so then that way they don't stick out like a sore thumb. That in COPPA, his hull is a little thick, so at least the bottom of it is, so.
This thing is, it does 9,000 damage on impact, this missile.
I gotta step away for a second. I'll be right back.
Okay, sure. Let's see. Your project Zero has more heavy armor. Main weapon system and detection drastically needs changing. It's not that powerful. Yeah, it's often a build just needs a bit of tinkering, a bit of TLC to see what you can do with it, or just throw it off to a different builder if that's what you're inclined to do. See what they make of it.
My apologies on that. My laptop was running out of juice, and I realized that it wasn't plugged in.
No worries. I'm just enlarging this so this thing will actually have a warhead in the missile as well, for if it actually reaches the target.
Nice.
You know, I figure might as well. Let's see. Jason says that he had partial heavy armor on his battleship project, but getting it to float was a bleep bleep expletive. So, yep.
Not bad, huh?
Well, if you have a lot of heavy armor, it makes the thing really heavy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, getting it to float is a pain.
Do we have an altitude setting or an altitude PID?
No, we don't actually have any PID systems installed yet. You're installing the first, so.
Okay then.
Yeah. Raz is suggesting that we set notification an hour early on some such on YouTube. Since the platform takes a while to pass those around to subs, with that buffer it might work out. Yeah, some notification would be a good idea. I just got out of the habit of that when I stopped doing regular streaming. So that's why I've not done notifications for quite some time.
Well, if that's something that we'd like to try to do, I would be all for it.
Yeah. I'd be fine as well, honestly. Wrap time of 4 seconds. Thrust. This is going to be the fastest boy around, honestly.
Water.
But this thing has a flight time of 20 seconds, though.
Alright, I have us some propellers to try to hold the ship up, though I imagine we might need more.
Oh, actually, that suggestion from Raz on notification was actually aimed at you, Dama.
I had a feeling.
To be honest, neither of us really do notifications, though, much, do we?
No.
Okay, let's see. Turning. I think I make these ejector delayed ignition ones. Let's see. Turns at 30, so that's 3 seconds to get to 90. So I'd say a delay of 4 seconds should be plenty for it to turn around to where it wants to go. Should save over this thing and get them installed into the other side. Okay, that should be good. Why am I controlling 20 weapons? What else am I controlling? Oh, there's your anti-torpedoes are right underneath me.
Okay.
Oops.
Is that going to be a problem?
Not at all. It's just I didn't want to shoot them all.
Fair enough.
Right. Existence says he was rebalancing APS costs to his liking for the last 1 or 2 hours.
I have been considering putting a suggestion up. If you guys would be willing to vote on it, basically I want to try to bring back a lot of the modding options back into the modding UI. From what I've been told by several people who do modding in From the Depths, a lot of those options are gone. So I'm not quite sure as to why or how or what the reasoning is, but I'd like to see those put back in. And I don't know, maybe we can quote-unquote correct a couple of things that we don't like. So I'll put a link on the Discord if you guys are willing to follow up with that and vote it up for me. Alright, I got us a huge bank of rolling thrusters now.
Thrusters? What are you doing? Or do you mean propellers?
It might as well be a thruster ion.
This is true, except for the fact that thrusters won't work on a boat if they're under the waterline.
Sometimes they do call propellers thrusters, so... Especially if you're talking like those little bitty robot submarines.
That's fine, I won't nitpick, fine. Sorry. Right. So we'll see how it goes. So let's see. Sorry, I don't mean to keep leaving chat hanging, but I keep getting distracted. Right. Let's see. Little Mean says very large, overpriced metal box, and the arm scheme is rather weird. I'm not entirely sure if it's truly effective, but it's certainly different from other designs. I think he's referring to his battleship project. Sorry, is something or other. Hang on. What is being referring to? Yeah, his 0 hour project is continuing on about that one. So yeah, that's yeah, it sounds like Meme was being experimental with it.
Okay.
If I'm honest. Raz says he still loves the crams and turrets that I made for his battleship. Thank you, Raz. I'm glad you like them. It took me a while, but I got around to building those treble barrel crams for Raz's project that he asked about when we did our first episode.
Oh, okay.
On this one, and I read it, and I did. Well, or was it the second? When I designed the crams for this ship. Yeah. I think that was the first one, probably. Then the last comment I think right now is whereas say just enable hover for control. Enable hover control for the regular ship AI, and it'll handle it just fine. I'd never tried that one actually.
I never thought to try it that way myself, to be honest.
Yeah, he does have a fair point though. I just need to find an AI block to do things to the AI. Which AI is this? This is the priority target AI, yes. Maneuvering, add maneuvering, ship or tank maneuver. Oh yeah, here we go, allow hover. Yeah, allow hover. Allow it to pitch actually. Oh, Mean has reached a snag, his work is in vain. There's a limit to how many blocks you can place. Are we talking about space engineers or from the depths?
I'm assuming he's talking about space engineers.
Yeah, so am I. But if he hit the block placing limit, that is impressive.
I was about to say.
However, I would point out that in space engineers you can actually turn off that limit.
It's not like a mod thing, is it?
No. It's actually a default setting in the world settings. So if he backs out to main menu, he should be able to edit the save to remove that limit. It should be just in the normal setting options. But that's because that limit is in place just to guarantee stability in space engineers.
Stability? Why do games need stability?
Because beyond that, it can become unstable depending on how big you make the stuff. So that's why
I know, I was being a smartass.
I know, and I was responding in kind. Or something, I don't know.
I put in a big old bank of batteries right underneath the lamp system. I figured since I've already got it surrounded with wood, it'd benefit from the EMP protection.
You put what above the what?
I put a bank of batteries underneath the lamp system.
Okay. Yeah, sure. No worries. Okay, I've set these things like circles like a kilometer. Hovering. We still don't know what kind of hover we want it to be doing because we don't know how low it sits in the water or anything like that. Oh, wow, you have put in a lot of propellers, haven't you?
Yes. Go big or go home.
Are those all roll propellers on the sides?
Yes. Well, I set them up for rolling and upwards thrust.
Wow. Alright, okay. Dual purpose. I got you.
Though there are some down the center line, like 4 of them, that are specifically for upwards thrust, but those could easily be expanded upon.
Mean says screw stability. He needs his oversized craft. It's still in its skeletal form. Hasn't even finished the hull yet, let alone internal systems. So yeah, as I said, you need to back out to main menu and then edit the settings on your save file, and that should let you just turn it off, and then you can go back into it without the limit. Unless it's like locked on world generation or something, but I kind of doubt it because every other setting can be changed after you've actually started to save.
Man, I had no idea that these reduction gears took so much volume.
It depends on the size of the system, but yeah, massive systems take up a lot of space.
I'm just trying to install some cheap bulkheads here.
Should we be painting this in regular colors or fleet colors, do you think?
I don't know.
No, laptop, don't reset on me now. I need you to tell me what chat's shouting at me. Thank you. Right. There we go.
I mean, do we want to paint it?
Well, I'm just doing it right now because it's like we've got a little bit of paint on it in its original colours, so I'm just patching that up now. But I'm fine with not painting it and just leaving it in its stock colour scheme.
Okay. See here. Resource. No.
Mirror mode would be helpful.
Yes, it would. Why is this saying there's a... Oh, that's why. Okay.
Honestly, I think this is a good sign that the boat is close to being done. If I'm not sure what to do with myself, so I'm just painting it. I actually got into this state last time we streamed, if I recall.
Yeah, I remember.
Besides, to be honest, there's nothing wrong with its existing colour scheme. It's just like real world reds.
Yeah, I would have done the red just a little bit darker myself, but
it's just on the default paint 1.
Mm-hmm.
If I switch to paint 21, what does that look like? Like that? Does that look better? No?
Hold on.
On the nose.
Yeah, actually, the darker red does look better.
Okay, yeah, so more contrast then.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out why the hell this air pump isn't working as intended.
Yeah, no worries. Actually, this is something I wish FTD had from Space Engineers.
Oh, what's that?
Paint tools.
Yeah?
Because Space Engineers would let us paint this a lot more easily.
There's actually a few features from Avorion I'd like to see in this as well.
Yeah. I mean, game development doesn't happen in a vacuum. So it's like, you can see ideas implemented in other games and learn from those. And it's generally a good idea to do so. I mean, one of the greatest strengths of gaming as a hobby is that it can build from what comes before quite easily.
Mm-hmm.
And technically that's what an entire genre is, if you get down to it.
I think we got out to a pretty good start on our Avorion LP, though.
Yeah, we did. We did get blown up, which is, well, arguably a good start.
That's always a good thing.
I still remember when people used to watch me just to laugh at me blowing up. So, yeah.
Well, that's kind of mean.
And there's, well, remember, some games it's like death is inevitable, so you just enjoy finding out how it happens to you.
I remember Lollard was always kind of like that.
Yeah, true. He was a bit. And then there's games that are just built around it, like Darkest Dungeon. I don't know if you ever watched when I was streaming that, did you?
I don't think I have, but I have seen a lot of people play that game, and it looks insanely hard.
It is, and death is very, very likely. And what was going on was that I would be...
the narrator's a bit of a pessimist, but...
True. But I'd be naming all the heroes in it after people in the chat. and then sending them all to their deaths, basically. I think one guy had like 4 or 5 characters' names.
That's funny.
Well, it's how that game goes, so yeah. but it suffered the same fate as honestly a lot of my other streaming and stuff. It's like no one was bothering to turn up for it anymore.
People are finicky sometimes, Ion.
This is true.
I'm still trying to figure out why some designs I put up on the workshop do better than others, and why...
Part of it's just flat out exposure. Like, if it shows up on the front page, it tends to get spotted a lot more easily.
Yeah, I know that little submarine that I had, the Batfish, it did a lot better than several designs that I put up. And it's just like a little bitty scout submarine.
Means looked. Whoa, really mean?
What did it mean say?
He's only now looked at the current weight of his juggernaut. It's 75 million kilograms so far.
It's fine.
He goes on. Something tells him when this is complete, he can smash a planet by ramming it alone.
Quite possibly.
Actually, Space Engineers will probably have something to say about that one, but you can certainly give it a good shot, I would say.
Let's see here.
Let's see. Means that one of the first streams he thinks one of the first streams he watched from me was XCOM 2. Yeah, because of your top hat character, the heavy gunner, who was basically had no clothes on except for his underwear, which was dressed in hot pink and wore a bright pink top hat, if I recall.
So he looked like Slash from Guns N' Roses running around buck naked.
I don't know. But I think maybe a gentleman streaker is probably the best way to describe it.
Gentleman streaker, that's a new one.
Well, if I recall, he had a mustache, didn't he? I'm asking Mean, by the way, because you didn't see this, it seems.
I do remember requesting a Duke Nukem themed guy.
Yeah, so you did watch some of it. Wasn't he another of the heavy gunners, actually?
Can you really see Duke Nukem being anything else but that?
True. And yeah, apparently I got it right. Little Mean has just said yes in the chat, so... You know, I'm sorry to say this, but actually, XCOM 2... I actually received a request a few months back from Blue. Blue Dragon, who had one of the melee types in there. That I should think about streaming it again because I was so close to actually getting it finished.
It is a good game.
This is true.
They have... Did you get any of the DLC for it?
I've got some of the DLC for it. I think I went into the mech one.
Oh, okay.
If I recall. So I've got some DLC for it. The problem is the request came it's right in the middle of like this period of like me not being up to doing streaming or content reliably and stuff like that. So it's like, so the game has kind of fallen by the wayside, and which tends to happen when I get really depressed and just like conk out on everything.
No, I get it.
Though it was running really well for quite a while, but again, like people weren't tuning in anymore, so I think that was one of the main reasons it stopped. So common theme, I think. Anyway, the thing is, I never actually uninstalled XCOM 2 when I stopped streaming it, even though it's been like over a year since I actually streamed it. I've uninstalled plenty of other games to free up space on my hard drive, but I've deliberately kept XCOM 2 installed.
I have been considering at some point doing an XCOM 2 LP, though. I don't know when that'll be, because from the devs one, that seems to be occupying most of my time.
Well, considering what part are you on now?
76.
Yeah.
And I'm about to wipe
Considering
out
that's-
the, who is it? The, Great Talons, I believe it is?
Yeah, you're already 76 parts in. That's longer than most of my series, flat out. Honestly.
Yeah. That's longer than
And
a
you
lot
can
of
keep on
series.
going.
I'm still amazed people watch it.
Well, your philosophy of like put it out there and maybe someone somewhere will hopefully watch it is kind of bearing fruits. Though from the numbers I've seen, it's like viewing fluctuates a lot between individual parts. Like some parts get a lot of views, and other parts get like less than half of that, and it just like it's bouncing back.
Yeah,
and
I'm not
forth
quite
from what I've seen.
sure what the variable is on that, but whatever.
My theory is it's the same theory I gave you like back when you first started putting them out. You're just uploading them so fast, people aren't keeping up with you.
That could be the case. Yeah, I could see that.
So I think what's going on there is just like they're tuning in to watch it, but they just go, oh, I'll just watch the latest one and see what's going on. You know, rather than like
Could
trying
be.
to follow it episode by episode, play by play, battle by battle, just absorb the entire thing. They get the notification of the latest part and they just go and watch that.
Well, if that's their prerogative.
That is their prerogative. This is very true. But I do think you're just like actually harming your overall views with how quickly you're doing it.
Okay.
Though that said, you did slow down a bit of late. So.
That was more out of necessity than anything.
It is still at I think at a healthier level though.
Though the rate that I've been uploading the build videos for the Rex Mark II, that's probably been a little nuts.
How have they been doing? I've not really seen the figures on those.
I don't know off the top of my head. Oh, I got a text from Razul. Just change the oh.
What?
Razul is telling me something over Discord, the roleplay thing that we were discussing earlier. I just saw it.
Oh dear.
I was pretty hard on task.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's why I stopped really.
Oh.
But
my brain only does so much at once. No offense.
None taken. But yeah, I just thought, you know what? Let's try throwing a bit of casual roleplay into this and see what the heck was going on. Though I think Raz caught on to things a lot better than you did.
Probably so, yeah. It's kind of hard to build and talk at the same time. At least that's something I noticed doing the build videos.
It depends, honestly. I was doing okay trying to keep it going at least at a casual level, but I think you were more focused on just what was going on.
Probably
but, yeah,
so.
Raz caught it though. It was like what was going on was actually like
people getting their souls sucked out of them for what it sounded like.
Yeah, the From the Depths was being used as a vessel to suck the souls out of the living and feed them to some Cthulhu god kind of thing.
Nice.
And that was the payment for the money you were given. The souls of those affected by your decisions.
Okay.
So, you know, random thing. So, yeah, Raz, congrats. If you're still listening to this, you picked it up pretty well. Though, sadly, the EULA changes wouldn't have been binding because they were written by mortal hands for mortal hands. So... I don't know. It was just like random things. Just like I threw it out there a little bit and wondered where it would go.
What's our ammo? Whoa, we have like no ammo storage whatsoever.
We never installed ammo storage.
Well, I can fix that.
Beyond what was needed for testing weaponry.
That's okay. I can fix that.
Go fix it, my minion.
Ah, comrade.
Ah! I really need to put up part 4 of that.
I enjoyed watching it, to be completely honest with you.
To be honest, apart from the guy who said well done on every video so quickly that they couldn't have watched it, yeah, yours was the only feedback I was getting, so... But it's enough seep through that it was like, as I said, I did prepare a whole bunch of other parts for it, so...
Well, you seemed like you certainly enjoyed playing it, so...
Yeah, it's an excellent time waster. Though right now I'm at the point now it's like an hour to an hour and a half-ish per episode.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of recording time versus actual video time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's roughly the area where I get uncomfortable with things. But it's also part of the nature of the game, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
Soviet Republic just... flat out, it's a game that can take time.
No doubt.
Then there's also the issues that I mentioned before we actually started playing as well. So
Yeah.
the fact that teensy things have gone wrong.
Yeah. I remember now. It took me a second to jog my memory, but yeah, I remember what you're referring to now.
Mm.
By the way, folks, in case you didn't know, AiyonMk's an excellent slumlord.
I don't know. You've never seen me play Tropico. Mind you, I don't exactly treat that one like slums either. But I just like have people living on like $1 or $2 a month. I know I've mentioned this in streams previous, though it has been a while. But Tropico 4, that's how I played it. Basically, I had the most highly paid workers would get like $3 a month. The basic educated ones would get like $2, and then the peons, the plebs at the uneducated lower ranks, they would get $1 a month for their work, and that was it. And I would do that and have incredibly high approval and stuff like that. So yeah.
How the hell you pull that high approval off then?
Easy. What I remove from the economy in terms of actual direct wealth, I made up for in services.
Oh, okay. So you're
Like,
going for a communist utopia.
Yeah, and I actually pulled it off. So yeah. Like I would actually have tenements in that game for people to live in, and they would actually be decent quality, and they would be free, so anyone can live in those.
Okay.
And then I would charge a teeny tiny little bit of rent for things like mansions and stuff. So it's like higher educated people. Yes, there is a reason to have that little bit of money, and you can use it to improve your living conditions far above what you get by default.
Yeah. Okay.
And there was that, and then also things like they wouldn't have to pay for bars, they wouldn't have to pay for food or entertainment or anything like that. It would all be free of charge. And in return, get off your lazy butt and go and work in the factories for me, please and thank you. Ignore the armed guards outside the gates, because to reach that point, I would need armed guards and barracks and things just to stop the rebels trying to overthrow me, because they were aligned to different political ideologies to mine. So I'd just like I'd let them do that, then they'd come and attack my my palace, and I'd have to have them all shot. Democracy at its finest.
Right.
Yeah. But the end result would be an incredibly happy and productive little island nation. So, you know, there must be some reason, but it worked.
Well, kudos for that.
thing is though, as soon as I worked out that configuration, it's like I could crack every single level in the game on max difficulty with that configuration. And yeah, I beat the entire game doing that.
Okay. Well, if it's crazy but it works, it ain't that crazy, I suppose. Alright, I have added a ton of ammo. We probably still could use some processors.
Yeah, hello Hertzmeister, welcome to the stream.
Hey, Heismeister, what's up?
Yeah, good morning. Mean found this character, it's in one of the thumbnails. He was a spiky heavy gunner with only armor and pants. And he believes the pants were later removed. As he remembers the distinctive sight of him with a sniper rifle in the second part with only boxers on. Yeah, that sounds about right actually now that you mention it. That's why I never installed XCOM 2. There were so many mods attached to it. I didn't want to break things in case I ever went back to it, so that's why it's still installed. It's actually ready to go and ready to play right now.
Nice.
And taking up a massive chunk of hard drive space, but hey. Also, I've finished repainting the underside of the ship.
Nice.
In a more distinctive red.
I'm wondering if I'm going a little crazy with the ammo processors.
Why? How many have you got?
I just kind of put them in here and there and everywhere.
Um,
41,600 ammo though. That's nothing to sneeze at.
Not that much, honestly.
What?
41,000 ammo. It's actually a bit on the small side, I would think, for the ship.
You're probably right. My latest version of Corollas Rex almost has like 100,000, so...
Yeah, I'd expect that as more of a figure for a craft this size. I mean, there's also the fact that all the ammo is like in 2 separate bays. Are you planning to remove that one that's next to the AI core?
No. Actually, I vaguely remember that.
I think that's the one that was like already installed.
Okay.
There is something I do need to do actually, which is I need to actually finish the AI.
I slept and drank a bit since then, so I'm just trying to refresh my memory here.
No worries. Let's see.
You know, the amount of ammunition in here could easily be expanded. I think I might just go ahead and do that.
Well, there's empty spaces in other parts of the ship as well. So the old trick of like having it towards the back so that aim shots have a bigger chance of missing behind, that doesn't work anymore because of the whole aim points not being a thing.
Yeah. I think he made this entire like heavy armor thing here out of just single blocks.
Yeah, I think he did.
Or maybe not.
Because as I'm tinkering around with the AI, it's like it's just all single blocks in here. There we go. What's that? Yes, Little Mean. The cannibal does still live on. As does the Master Chief, the glowy psychotic with the orange beard who likes to stab at people with psychic blades, the insane snipers. Yeah. All of the old characters are still saved in XCOM 2. and just sitting there. I think part of my initial reluctance to go back to that is just the fact that it actually had really insane loading times.
Oh yeah, it did.
Well, that was before, even before the mods broke it, basically. By that I mean, damn, it's like you could at least see like things like the interior of the dropship and the mission briefing and stuff.
Ooh.
But something in the mods broke that, and it wouldn't work. So it's like it'd be like best part of 5 minutes looking at a black screen as the it loaded into a single combat mission. And I think part of the reason I stopped was like I figured that was just like I was fed up with it, so that was too much at the time.
Maybe they optimized it since then?
I don't know. We can hope, but we can also hope that they didn't break the mods in that case. Yeah, I'll have to fire it up and see.
Be worth a shot.
Yes. Anyway, shall we drop this thing in the water?
Yeah, go ahead and go for it.
Swim, my pretty. Swim! Try and do something. Okay.
Is it floaty?
It is nose heavy.
Okay then.
The entire thing is nose heavy. Did you install any pitch control, by the way?
No, I have not installed any PIDs whatsoever.
No, just pitch propellers.
Oh yeah, there's at least 4 of them up front, but we can always expand that if need be.
You didn't install any at the back?
I installed some in the back too, I believe. Yes, I did. They're just going to be harder to see for you because I tend to turn off the
No, I've just checked the front pitch blades aren't actually doing anything.
Really? Do we have a pitch PID though? That's probably why they're not turning.
The rear ones you've set to pitcher and pusher, and they're operating purely from their pusher setting. So I set those to pitcher, and they immediately stopped as well. But we are no longer tipping forward. So that was the reason we were tipping forward.
Okay. I corrected that.
I already did.
Oh, okay.
So I think we both corrected it.
Maybe so. She is looking pretty good though, gotta say. I'm not quite sure where else I could hide ammo in this just yet.
I think she does need active pitch control because she has a severe habit of pitching. I mean, right now her prow is up above the waterline. But she is doing like 22 odd meters per second.
That's not bad.
It is not. I think the steam drives are still cycled up to full power at the moment, so that's probably why.
I think I found an area to put more ammo.
There's also the question of can it turn? We don't have any turning system installed, do we?
Not that I'm aware of, no. So that may be a thing.
That would explain a few things, yeah. Well, it wants to go somewhere. I'm going to tell it no and come back. Yeah, we haven't actually installed turning systems yet. Whoopsie.
Give it time.
So yeah, that little thing told us that it's floating okay with its power assist. It can't turn, but it can drive. Now I just need to find somewhere to put the turning propellers. I'm thinking of embedding them in the side armor towards the back, actually. That sound alright to you?
Turning thrusters?
Propellers. Sorry.
No. I'm just confirming that's what you're asking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I'll tunnel it into some of the alloy armor towards the back and the front, so we should be turning okay.
I'm just going to add a buttload more ammo here. Not just a load, but a buttload. I keep finding a bunch of nooks and crannies at the bottom of the ship that I just fill with ammo.
Well, there is a lot of space to be found. Let's be fair.
This part right here I could actually do the same thing with. I pull all this wood out. And I really don't need that air pump as much now. Here we go. We're up to almost 70,000 ammo, by the way.
Oh yeah, but that sounds like a good amount for this ship, actually.
Yep, I'm going to slap in some more here. So I got a question for you. You're playing in current still, correct?
Yep.
I have been curious as to, well, from what I understood, the ammo blocks in that hold 10 times the amount as they used to, correct?
Actually, no, I've not seen that.
Well,
has that actually come off from the? I've not seen that come off from the dev branch.
Well, the reason why I'm asking this is I'm wondering if the explosion damage has scaled with the amount of ammo that is currently in them right now.
I did hear that being talked about, actually. That the explosion would depend on how much was still in. So I can't say I've noticed anything, but then I've not been touching from the depths that much at the moment.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm entirely honest.
I was just wondering if it is something that you had noticed or not. So
sadly not.
Okay. We are at 89,000 right now. Should I keep adding more, you think, or is that a nice round number you think we could stop
sounds
at?
like well, it's not a round number, but it is a nice number.
Okay.
So yeah, I think we're fine with that.
She is not too far from costing as much as a tier, actually.
How big is a tier?
Tier's about 700,000.
What are we at now?
Over 6.5. 670,000, give or take.
I'm not sure how much else to add to this thing, so I think we're actually almost there in terms of its.
We probably do need shielding.
Build.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
Actually, yeah, that's the point. We don't have any kind of shielding, do we?
Though the armor is pretty decent. We did determine that this flows, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Float altitude and PID stabilization to be adjusted, but yes.
Okay. And I'm just going to drop a mirror line, and I think I'm going to go with twin butterfly shields.
Okay. I just installed banks of turning propellers.
I saw.
Oh, here we go. Animal hold. Yeah, Mean is saying animal holders. Yeah, these ships have these ship weapons run on animals. Yes.
Poor animals.
That's totally what happened. They know what they signed up for when they volunteered for the military service. Right. Ammo holders will hold more, but won't be able to produce ammo. Yeah, I know about that change coming in. Production facility for ammo production will be needed. I'm still looking forward to seeing what that system turns out to be like. The actual ammo factories part of it. I've never tried to hide that I am looking forward to more systems to mess around with. But it's the underlying changes that I'm actually a little worried about. Yeah. Existence does, though, confirm what I was saying. The 10 times ammo change is not in stable, it's in the dev test. Thank you, Existence. So yeah, there's your answer, Dama.
Okay.
It's not actually stable. Did I ever install a shutoff on the steam engines? Actually, no, I didn't install the steam engines.
Yeah, that was LeCogular who put those in, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Also, you remember the name. Congrats.
Took me a little while.
What are these set to then?
Beats me.
Yeah, I'm just looking to try and find the bits and pieces. Here's the controls underneath. They are set to 45% outputs. And there are ACBs down here as well.
You don't say.
If there is an enemy within 0 to 5,000 and command is forward, then boilers kick up to full power. If it's forward and there's no enemies, then it'll kick up to 45%. So LeCogular set these engines up to operate at a bit under half power if the ship's trying to move forward while there's no enemies. So that means this thing is going to be burning materials constantly if I leave these settings in place. Just because the AI will want to move forward. But what is it burning? That's 9.6 materials per second. Sadly, I don't think that's a rate that we want to have running passively if anyone ever deploys this thing in a resource place.
Probably not.
In all fairness, though, this was installed when the ship didn't actually have an alternative power system to run its other propellers on. So I think changing this so that if there's no enemies, it will shut down the boilers will be fine. That's what I normally do with it. So yeah, do you have any objections, or shall I make that change?
Go for it.
Right. Okay. If there is no enemy, then the boilers will spin down. It'll take them a while, but they will do that. And in the meantime, we've got that 50-odd thousand horsepower engine for you to have operational. Where's all our detection systems and things?
I don't know.
We've got some in the masts.
Oh yeah, we got that crap scattered kind of all over the place. I remember putting in a bunch in now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, there's a couple up the nose. Well, I'm just taking and making sure, so don't forget this stuff. There's none on the stern of the ship, actually.
Really?
Yeah, there's no detection systems back here that I can see.
Okay then.
Shall I just mirror what was on the front? Passive radar and a gimbal camera?
Yeah. So I'm just trying to get these shields put in.
That's fine.
Like, I went to put in the shields and forgot that I had mirror mode on. And forgot mirror mode doesn't quite work as intended in this version.
Yeah, that's fair enough, that. There we go, a couple of extra detectors sets. Oh. Sadly, its position actually means that it can't detect anything with the passive radar.
Uh-oh.
Whoops.
Yeah, that passive radar is kind of important, Ion.
I'm just checking actually, because I think they might have the same issue at the front. We don't actually, because of where it happens to be. Okay, got it. It's only an issue because we've got those decorative plates around the back because of its curved design. That's why that entire area is a bit muddled. Okay, so I need to install that somewhere else. There we go. Right. To avoid the plating, ideally it needs to be raised up a level.
Uh-oh.
Hmm?
Accidentally
What?
hit the fill key.
With what?
Just wood blocks.
That's not too bad, depending on what angle you were facing.
Don't worry, I'm getting rid of them.
So, should I be worried?
Nah. I've almost got rid of them all. Though these missiles could be an issue.
Which ones?
The large ones that you installed. It's not too big a deal. It's just I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get the shields around them is the problem.
Oh, because they're mounted flush to the armor.
Yeah, which not too big a deal. I can just extend the length of the projection distance of the shield, so it's not too big a deal.
Yeah, sorry about that. Didn't mean to make your job harder.
No, that's okay. I just had a bit of a think on it to see how I could do it. There we go. That should do it. Yeah, okay.
Looking back, Mean sees that the Stellaris games we played as well. Yeah, I agree. We never actually finished a game of Stellaris.
It's hard to finish a game of Stellaris. It really is.
It is in some ways, but the main thing that killed it was the fact we were trying to make actual multiplayer games with too many people.
I could.
That was one of
yeah.
the big stumbling blocks, because it's like the issue with a game like that is we can only play if all people are there.
Yeah.
And that was one of my big concerns every time we started putting a game together.
Because if one person is gone, the whole thing falls apart.
Pretty much. And that's pretty much how it always played out as well. So I think it turns out I was right to be a little bit worried about that.
Maybe you could have done like an elimination thing, like if you don't show up, then your empire is automatically booted from the game, or something like that.
That would have actually been a way to continue. So yeah. Oh, apparently means Numinous is killing him. he's improved a lot playing as Glorious Machines since he tried to be in the multiplayers. Well, that was quite a while ago, so yeah. There's been plenty of time to improve in that game, and the game has changed a fair bit since then as well. What else do we need in this ship, actually, apart from the shields?
Oh gosh. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything at the moment. Any thoughts?
Helpful. Not really. That's why I kind of asked.
You could grab a prefab of the shields and help me start dotting them around.
Remember, prefabbing won't work properly.
Oh yeah.
Kind of an irritating bug, that, if I'm honest.
Yes, it is. And we already know it floats.
We don't know how well it turns, and I think I need to get pitch stabilized, so I will drop it in the water again.
Yeah, do that.
Splish splash. We also need to see how well it performs without boilers active for the steam drive.
You think we should mess with laser defenses?
How do you mean?
Smoke deployers, things of that nature?
I never use them, so I would not know what I was doing, to be honest.
Okay.
I think this thing reached like 5 meters per second.
You don't say.
Oh wait, no, it's reversed again. It's going backwards. How high is it sitting in the water? Actually, that's not too bad. I think I'm actually okay with where it's sitting. The issue is just like pitch control.
Let me ask you this then. Do the turrets have any shielding?
What, you mean integrated on the main turrets?
Yes.
No.
That could be something.
The problem with that is integrating it will require weakening the armor.
Oh, okay. I don't know, I'm just trying to come up with ideas here.
There's also the question of, like, I don't know where your shielding is going to be, so it'll be very easy to get
Well, that's why I haven't messed with the alpha on it, so... Yeah.
On my screen, you've only got 2 shields set at the back, and it's been the same 2 shields for quite a while now.
No, I've gone like 3/4 down the length of the... probably more like 2/3, but I've gone almost down the whole length of the ship now.
I don't see it. Which is mildly concerning.
We have been going on for an awful long while, though.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm also flagging at the moment, and I'm actually flagging earlier than I have in the past as well. I don't know. Anyway, right, PID. No, not a breadboard. Oh, PID.
I need to learn how to use those damn things.
They have their uses. It's getting used to them, really. I think. Right. Pitch control input. Pitch. Well, we have been going for a while, so yeah, we might do a designer reset.
I'm actually pretty close to finishing up these shields. We could just do it after that.
Yeah, and we also need to, of course, do combat testing.
Yes. Combat testing is always important. If not fun.
I don't think this is meant to be the main seat I'm meant to be in.
These are not the droids you were looking for.
Well, let me put it this way. I didn't teleport into the control room. I teleported into the seat on top of the one of your guns on the masts.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it's done that to me too a few times. Weird that. Let's see here.
Let me out, please. Thank you. Right. I'm trying to shut this door. There we go. Right. I truly know how to operate this ship, honestly. Yeah.
Sure you do.
Definitely.
Sure you do.
I just don't know where anything is.
Huh.
Okay.
I guess
Maybe I should
like
just
where I
free cam it and then
those.
teleport. That sounds like a good idea, actually. Right. Lock it. There's the ship's steering wheel, which actually doesn't have a seat near it. Oh, I just clicked through, and apparently I'm standing in a metal box now. There's no escape. Fine. This ship comes with one of its original builders entombed within it. It is truly the source of its power.
Uh-oh. I think we got a little nose heavy there.
What's going on is, I think... Yeah. What's going on is the fact that the AI is in control of the altitude setting. So when you override with direct control, it actually stops correcting for its altitude and sinks.
Okay, then. I think I might be at a good stopping point here very soon.
So I think, honestly, Raz's point about having the AI control in hover mode is actually a very good one. It's just it's not compatible with actual directly controlling the ship yourself, because that makes the ship lose its AI control, and so the AI stops trying to do stuff.
Alright, I'll go ahead and give this a save and give us a restart here. Just let me know when you're ready.
Hang on a second, please. Hang on. I'm going to install roll and altitude PIDs as well.
Okay.
And I'm also going to turn off the hover mode on the AI, because then that will be conflicting with it. Okay, yep, go ahead and save.
Alright, I am restarting in 3, 2, 1.
Yep. Okay. Mean says it is visible, but only displaying small parts of it, so I think it's a graphical glitch. Mean, I think what it was showing is that little square is the default shield projection size and range. So it just wasn't showing on my end that Dam had been changing the settings in it. Oh, yep, there we go. Now we can see the settings that have been changed.
Yeah. So you can see the shielding's pretty extensive on it right now.
Also kind of small. Were you planning to angle that at all, or build it up further?
What do you mean?
Well, it doesn't cover any of the upper guns or decks.
Yeah, I haven't gotten that far yet.
Yeah. Oh, is the butterfly meant to like be installed in another layer along the higher up or something?
Yeah.
Hmm.
For some reason, I find butterflies, they tend to work best at 30 degrees, so that's what these are all set to. I mean, you could always go for 45 degrees, but then that shortens the width of your shield, so I go for 30 to try to get the most out of it.
I get it.
But yeah, good luck with anything that's shooting frag at this is gonna get through these shields. Not you're gonna have a rough time of doing it. What's the power usage like? Yeah, we can definitely fit some more shields on this. Except the thing I don't like about this is that it resets your prefab every time you restart. And that's essentially what I was doing, is just going around with a shielding prefab and copying it over and over and over and over, so. Actually, I don't think I got a whole lot of room on the front of this to put shielding, because of the armor.
I think that's a good height, isn't it? Yeah, that's the thing. And yeah, that's another issue with like shielding. It's I admit I've been out of the shielding game for so long. I'm actually find it kind of weird to think about it much.
You mean shields that actually work?
Yeah,
that seems to be a bit of a running gag with us, does it not?
Yeah, it seems to crop up like every time we do something together in From the Depths. But yeah, that was always an issue though. It's like the shape of the hole can affect how easy it is to place the shields. And there's also the fact that I've never used butterfly shields, so yeah, there is that too. Yeah, Little Mean points out that mortars would kill the ship with the current shield layout.
Do what?
Mortars.
Yeah. I could see that.
Seems to be turning pretty well though, actually.
That reminds me, Corollas Rex Mark II probably needs some work with the turning.
There's also the last point, which is that I can't actually do anything to help you with the shielding.
Yeah, that's gonna be a little frustrating for you, I'd imagine.
Tiny bit.
Yeah.
Tiny bit. Let's see what we got. We've got ammo, we've got power plants, we've got weaponry. You're doing the shields. It floats, it can move, it can sing, it can dance, it can pretend to be something it's not. It cannot be something it wants to be. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to do to this guy actually. So I'm right back to my initial problem, that I don't know what the hell to do.
You think we might need some RTGs?
Do we have battery power?
We do have batteries, yes. I installed a bunch of batteries, so maybe some kind of passive energy generation could be handy for that.
Fair idea. We do have plenty of space up front, so yeah, I'll install some RTG systems. Thank you, Dama.
You're welcome. Can I put that there? Not really.
Oh. Okay, Little Mean.
What happened?
Well, okay, fine. Little Mean is petitioning to rename your ship to Corona Rex.
No. I'm gonna have to stop you right there.
That's about what I thought, actually. That's about what I thought you would say to that. Yeah, sorry, mean. I did bring it to him, but well, you heard him.
Can I put these here? Seems that I can. Excellent. Okay. So that's not going to work like that. So we'll just do that.
I don't know why I'm doing a little bit of housing work around the RTGs, but there we go.
At the very least, they could use something to keep them from getting fried.
That's true.
Because EMP damage is a thing.
I've just built them in around your shell customizer rack.
That'll do, Pig. That'll do.
Aye, Pig, that'll do.
I'm not quite sure how to do the shields for this part, though.
Which part are you on?
I'm back here with the rear guns.
Right.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do exactly?
Just trying to figure out how to cover them.
45 degrees mounted to face upwards in the deck placing.
That'd probably be it, yeah.
Depends on what kind of angle you're going for, honestly.
Well, I was trying to figure out how I could do it with the current prefab that I was working with, so...
Yeah, turn it on its side. Mean is asking if this ship is more practical or aesthetic based.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Ion?
And there's your considered response, Mean, right there. Just shrug. Honestly, I think it's a mixture. I mean, we got the original hull from someone else, of course, since this is Pimp Mah Bote.
Mm-hmm.
From there, we have just been working with what we've got. So it's mostly practical from our side of it, getting it functional. But it was originally pretty aesthetic because we got what was basically a more or less empty hull. So I don't know.
I think that's a fair statement.
Yeah, so definitely a hybrid of some kind. And I have at least thought of something I can do. So, yay.
Oh, what's that?
Restrictions on the turrets.
Yeah, we probably need those.
Be quite helpful.
What's our engine power looking like?
1 second.
I usually like to leave about 20k to run lambs.
We currently have 33k left over.
Really? I'm showing 22.
Well, I think we're getting decent again because of the settings.
Quite possibly. Maybe adding another fuel engine might be a good idea.
Maybe? I mean, I don't know. I'm not getting the accurate readouts on my end, so...
Ah, that's why that one wasn't working. There we go. I'm thinking like an...
Oh,
What?
the double barrel casemates don't actually have an ammo type set.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah, we probably need to set that up then.
Alrighty. Let me just restrict the field of fire in an extremely harsh way.
That's another part of the game that can be very time consuming.
What, restricting all the weapon fields of fire?
Yes.
That's true enough, actually. But we don't want things like turrets turning around and then shooting inside your ship's armor.
No.
So
I have seen those do that from time to time. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's very irritating. You know, instead of adding more engines, we could just reduce the power usage to some of these shields.
what are they set at the moment?
I set them for strength 4.
That's decent, if I recall.
I usually try to go for 5, but I figured 4 would be a nice median, so that's why I left it at 4.
Yeah, but you're also doing butterfly, and you're actually pretty far out from the projectors as well because it's butterfly.
Some places, yes, but I didn't really have much of a choice with said places, so yeah.
True, but yeah, that would do some of that though. Now these need sighted constraints. They don't actually have firing pieces to restrict them.
Is that a bad thing?
Considering the gun could turn around and shoot its fellow guns in the face, yes,
Oh,
I think it would. I'm currently tuning some of these secondaries.
okay. And there. Okay, so these areas that are not going to be extremely vital, I'm going to lower the power to the shield to like a strength 3, just so we can save some power.
Mean suggested a small frontal shield and a top shield should be good for the main guns. That's in the meme was that meme just said.
Okay.
Like a few minutes ago. Let's see. Little Mean is planning to get maybe delve into Stellaris again once he gets the Federation DLC. Apparently, because the Juggernaut seems to be quite powerful and he needs a big shippy boy.
Fair enough.
Yes, indeed. Fair enough. Honestly, if I recall, isn't the Juggernaut one that's restricted to like 1 per Empire or something?
I believe, but don't quote me on that. Because I may entirely be wrong.
And I know that some of the really powerful ships are restricted that way.
I know the Colossus is.
Which one's the Colossus?
That's the planet killer.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised Viking hasn't showed up.
Well, we don't know what he's up to at the moment, so
That is true.
sometimes he's around, sometimes he's not. And didn't you notice, if I recall, that he disappeared from your Discord as well very recently?
I don't know if he disappeared, but he hasn't shown up there in a while, so I don't know.
I'm not too worried, honestly, because the thing about Viking is that he comes and he goes. So
Fair enough. It's the psych major in me. When I see a pattern that doesn't fit what someone normally does, it makes me wonder.
yeah, that's fair enough. That honestly, there are all these shields, I can't see what I'm doing anymore.
Not surprised by that.
Oh,
I did go a little crazy with them.
No, it's just because they've got really strong alpha at the moment, so I literally can't see anything through them.
Yeah, you can change that if you need to.
Um,
Or can you not?
I don't know if it'll stick at all.
You could try.
Okay, let's see if I can find a shield projector under all this then.
Yeah, good luck. Hopefully you won't need it.
Okay, found some. Right.
Okay, I think I can call this shielding for the most part done.
I can see the ship again.
Yeah.
Yay! I mean, I get high alpha shields for decorative purposes, but I think it just looks really bad.
Yeah.
Laid out like that, you know.
I agree. I've actually used them for decor purposes to make a flying hammer.
Yeah, I remember that one. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Mean says it's basically a really heavily armored ship with a shipyard built into it. Although not as heavily armed as the Titan, it has got more health.
Mm-hmm.
And both the Colossus and the Juggernaut are 1 per Empire. However, the Juggernaut is tech-based and not an Ascension. So, yeah, different means of acquiring it.
Okay then.
No, wait, I was setting this turret up here. Right. Okay.
Do we have any ACBs to control the shielding, turning it off and on when out of combat?
We do not currently, no.
That's something else that could be done.
.40 and 40. Hang on, I just want to get the last main cannon set up before I get diverted onto anything else.
Okay. So can you tell us anything about that LAM system that you remember from last time? I don't think we ever talked about the stats on it. Is it like a 4Q or what?
Wait, what do you mean by the stats on it?
What kind of laser is it for the LAM system?
It's a shiny laser.
Oh, okay.
Which I know is not exactly what you were asking about. Right. The laser. I think its stats were only mentioned in passing when it was built, so. And then we just wandered off and forgot about it. Right, this laser needs 10,000 power, not 20,000, like you were budgeting for.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a 10,000 power 4Q. Deals 5,000 damage per second overall, and has actually got really strong AP, 120.
Okay.
Doesn't have a power regulator to restrict the power of the laser shots, so the initial laser discharges will be really powerful, and then its power level will drop down to whatever it sustains. So, then that's because I built it as a storage type.
Yeah.
So it's got
storage type.
It's got,
yeah, that seems to be the way to go lately. At least that's the pattern I've noticed.
well, it's got more storage than pumps dedicated to it. Well, actually, I was watching Borderwise's stuff again, and he makes some good arguments for a laser AMS being more pump oriented. If you use a limiter to dictate how powerful the laser shots are. Which is fair, actually. Makes a lot of sense. Though it's,
I've been doing that anyway.
Yeah, I've not really.
I usually set it to do about 2,000 damage a shot and go heavy on the storage.
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense.
I think this is.
I think browsing Borderwise and stuff is actually the first time I've just been consistently randomly watching FTD guides in all the years I've been playing. So, yeah, I don't know. Also, my stream seems to be lagging quite a bit at the moment.
I think the shields are at a pretty good point right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of the alpha on those completely. Not quite sure where I'm going to put the controlling ACBs at. I guess it really doesn't matter.
With the AI?
No. For the
Yeah, with the AI.
I'm talking about for the shielding.
Yeah, with the AI. I'm suggesting that as the place to put them. Not suggesting you somehow turn shield control over to the AI system. I'm not even sure if you can do that.
I don't know.
Well, as far as I know, it can't, but who knows? Okay, let's see. Primary guns are set. The secondaries along that line of the hull are set. These guys on the rear deck are not set. We never set any ammo types for any of the simple weapons, actually.
Really?
No.
Okay then.
Oh, I know, some of them are set. I'm just configuring them to use the squash heads shells that's already on board.
Yeah, that's fine.
It may not be optimized for these things, but it'll work. It'll do something.
As long as it makes a hole. Eventually.
Maybe.
Possibly.
160. Bring this one around to 30. Yeah, that seems about right. $160 and 30. And that's the rear deck gun set, except for the missile turrets.
That's pretty cool what you did with the little RTG room down here.
Oh, you just found it?
Yeah, I like it. I did put in some smoke dispensers, but that was just mostly around the AI, so nothing too crazy. Why is this thing still burning fuel? Oh, never mind.
Fuel?
Yeah, I just saw this plume of smoke coming out of the bottom of it. I was wondering why it was burning fuel, and then I saw that the bunch of the downward-facing props are still spinning.
Yeah, the PID is trying to control it to get it back down to where it wants to be.
Yeah. Just a little confusing as to why it'd be doing that.
Let's see, are these rails set, missiles set to... yeah, required accuracy, none.
Does our detection systems, do they have adequate,
Processing?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
Okay, good.
I made sure of that. Oh, these missile turrets don't actually have an AI control, I think. No, they do not.
Hmm.
Okay, let's work that out then. AI control. Don't need a fail-safe because I've got turn restriction. It's all wireless. Set it to the anti-aircraft AI because these are smaller, faster tracking things. They're not. They can go after the main target, but they're not really intended for that. Really.
Okay.
Right. Flight time. 10-second lifetime. What's the ramp to? 150. Times 10, 1,500. About a kilometer range on these things, I think.
I think she's a fine-looking ship, Ion.
Yeah, we've done something nice with her, I think. There we go. I think the only ones I've not really set restrictions on are the octuplet turrets and the crow's nest turret hasn't been set actually either. But it doesn't need much, that one, just like a teeny tiny bit to make sure it doesn't shoot the mast in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess 10, yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, I was aware that the custom weapons did need setting with ammo. It's just we never actually checked. So this is, I guess, this is like what I'm doing is like a final pass on the weapons to make sure all their restrictions are set up properly. And I'm also happening to check ammo types as well as I go, and that's kind of how this is working out. If that makes any kind of sense.
None whatsoever.
Yay! I haven't lost a beat.
Here's that self-deprecating humor again.
Mm-hmm.
No, I meant deprecating. I said defecating. I didn't mean to say that. Oops.
Defenestrating?
No, I made a faux pas, I believe is the term.
I know, but such things are not very effective against me. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, I like that. There we go.
But yeah, it's I do like how it's turned out, honestly. Sorry that I'm doing something boring, is like checking all the weapon restrictions and stuff. But
Oh, I'm just looking her over.
anything you've caught so far that needs fixing?
Not anything outstanding.
This one can go full forwards, so defend this one can angle. Yeah, let's say 30, just to be safe. I guess the bigger missions right now is that a lot of the weaponry doesn't actually have range limits set. But do we really need to? Do we want to go and set that?
Maybe just the autocannons, and that'd be about it.
Yeah, true. Like 500 meters on the autocannons. I mean, the rest of them are like I've set range restrictions on the missiles that I've built. Also, like all my watches are disappearing, so it's like I think they're having a fun time watching me doing this.
You have a do you have this thing caps locked?
Yes.
Okay. No big deal.
Never spawned in a holder post for it. 20. Full reverse. Let's restrict that just to be safe, I guess. 70. And I think that just leaves the 8 octuplets that are forwards that need restricting now. And also the secondaries in the nose.
There we go. I thought the stairs would look a little nicer if I did that.
What did you do?
I went and I made it to look these stairs that go up to the bridge. I made it to where it looked like the sides of the stairs look more solid with triangle-shaped plates.
Actually, yeah, that does look quite nice.
Yeah.
Existence says that he is still here. Or is he? He seems unsure on that question.
Are any of us truly here?
Does any of this actually exist?
I don't know. I mean, we could be just the dream of some slumbering giant.
This guy has a failsafe. I don't tend to trust the failsafes, to be honest.
I kinda not.
Sometimes when they work, they're great.
Yeah.
When they don't work, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that about covers it, honestly. It's like the detection on other things that they're not meant to shoot is not the most reliable.
Mm-hmm.
I like field of fire restraints just because they are flat out a lot more reliable.
Yeah, I usually go with the firing restraints, but sometimes just to make sure that you're not shooting at your friendly craft, it can be useful to have those fail safes, especially for like lasers.
That's true. Didn't say they were useless. I guess I should clarify. But yeah, that's like Existence and one other person watching my stream right now, according to this.
Actually, I just had an idea for a decoration that I have been experimenting with on my builds.
Oh. What you got?
I'll show you here in a moment. But I gotta pull out some of these blocks here to be able to pull it off.
Oh, come on, guys.
Well, what happened?
Right. Little Mean is being Little Mean. And says, did you know that no atoms ever touch each other? So basically, we can never touch anyone or anything. So to answer your question, officer, no, I did not hit that child.
Oh.
Existence also added, I did not hit her, I did not. Apparently this is a reference to something, because Mean says, oh, hi, Mark, and Existence then explained it's a reference to The Room. Something it's a browser game I have heard of and tried a little bit of, but not really got that far with. So if it's a reference, like most of the references, it flies over my head. So sorry about that, but I don't know what you're on about. I'm just uncultured that way. But at least I actually know what The Room is, so there is hope for me yet, I suppose.
There we go.
I guess 5 watt 45 for those.
I was just noticing earlier, it looked like there was no way to get to these anti-aircraft guns that are out here. The
Which ones?
the octuples.
You mean the ones that behind the? Oh, yeah, those ones.
Yeah.
I thought you meant.
Look at what I did with the doors.
Yeah, I spotted it. There is now a way to reach them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, technically there isn't, but it looks like there is.
Yeah.
That's all that counts. It doesn't matter that to get along this ship, you have to go hurtling over the broadside cannon barrels.
Yeah. Not my problem.
True. It's one of the quirks of the ship. We'll let the crew work it out. But yeah, I think that's all guns now restricted appropriately. So
Nice.
that just leaves 500 meters for the autocannon turrets, correct?
Yeah. And I think I'm going to put some lights. Neon light? No. I want the light fitting. I think that'll look better. Aha!
Paste.
Actually looks very nice, I think.
What are you done?
I added some lighting to those doorways that I put in the lower part of the ship where the octuple turrets are. Kind of makes it pop a little.
Okay, let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean. That does look nice. Right.
I think we're missing some Deca.
Big question though, Time. Do we think this ship is done?
Almost. Not quite.
What's it lacking?
Well, it seems that we are missing some weapons here above the broadside crams, because there's local weapons controllers here, but no weapons.
I think there used to be some simple weapons in there, but we removed them when we were reshaping the area.
So do we want to put them back?
Well, it's more DACA, so...
And if so, do we just want to put like some octuples up there?
Wait, you mean the local weapon controllers that... No, those don't control those, do they?
No, there's local weapon controllers that are sitting on top of some cram cannons. And... yeah. So I'm thinking... something like that.
Do these things have fire safeties? They do.
Yeah, they have fail safes.
They need to be set to channel 2. Actually, that's the point. I don't think I've actually set all the... I know if we set a bunch of the channel AIs. I don't remember if I did all of them. However, I also need to restrict these things as well. I think I'm going to be generous to the safeties on these, and I'll set them with broad firing arc because they're actually the highest pair.
Okay.
On the entire side of the ship, pretty much. Let's see. There we go. And set.
Okay.
More guns, always welcome.
I think maybe then we've had a good stopping point.
Yeah, go ahead and grab a save of that guy. So it seems we have something. Little Mean asks, what's that ask? Would Dammer and I be up for Stellaris when he gets the Federation DLC? Raz too, if he's up for it. Diplomacy now has significance.
I don't know. I got an awful lot of other things going on. Can I think on it?
Yeah. Mean Dammer said that he'd like to think on it. So that's not a no, it's a maybe, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. As for myself, I could probably be talked into it. I'll be honest, Stellaris has not managed to hold my attention too well the few times I've tried to get back into it in the last few months. But the last few months have been rough for me anyway. So I think I'll go with a maybe as well on that. Sorry I couldn't give you a more definite answer, but I think that's fair to how I feel about the game at the moment.
Well, that's better than nothing.
This is true. I'm not ruling it out. And Mean isn't actually asking for now anyway. He's asking for in the future when he gets the Federation DLC.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I've got that DLC actually.
I know I don't, but other than that, I should have all the DLC for it. Well, aside from the artwork and the extras that you really don't need to play the game, I don't have those, but for the most part I do.
Well, I know I've not got some of the more recent DLC packs just because I can't afford them.
Mm-hmm.
Which is something I say about a lot of stuff, because it's true.
Yeah.
So, if Federations is a recent one, then I don't have it, flat out.
I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the multiplayer starter raft.
You okay? And so we sink to the depths of the ocean, never to be seen again?
Yes. Sink to our watery graves.
Oh, hello, Davy Jones. What are you doing down here?
Alright, so what would we like to spawn in? Just an obligatory Marauder and work our way up from there?
Well, we've got to have the Marauder. What are you on about? But yeah, we do need to end this up on a combat test, don't we? Mean says he doesn't mind if you don't want to or not. It's just an offer. Before Federation diplomacy between players wasn't that significant, so it might be more tasteful nowadays.
Yeah, I'd say that Marauder is about dead. Yeah. But for some reason, one of your turrets got taken out, Ion. I'm not entirely sure how or why. And it seems like the...
I think it's because the Marauder spawned right behind it.
Yeah, and one of the large missiles came back and hit us.
That shouldn't have happened because they do actually have IFFs installed.
Yeah, it took out a pretty significant chunk of the the bridge and the mast.
Let's be honest, that Marauder spawned way too close.
They always do. Did you do an auto adjust?
Oh, you mean on detection?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
That cannon turret, it blew up because the cannon behind it angled downwards to point at the Marauder and fired a shell straight into its top side. And they do actually have failsafes installed as well, so the failsafe didn't stop it either.
I just realized something that we probably will need.
What's that?
Repair bots.
Oh. No, we're never going to need that. Not ever. No. Yeah, let's get some installed. Existence says, how dare you people not buy pointless DLCs made for us to waste our money on? That's not how the gaming industry works.
Alright, I just slept
sad
in
but true Existence, yes.
10 repair bots.
Where have you put them?
Well, I put them in the engine room.
Okay.
Like, at the very bottom of the ship. Though do we have
I'm
any resource storage?
gonna...
I'll take that as an
Good
I don't
question.
know.
I don't know.
That's okay. I could put some in while we're down here.
So that large missile, I have no idea what happens, especially since they're actually ejector-driven missiles.
Yeah, it just... I don't know if it was smoking crack or something, but it came and gave us a pretty good whack upside the side of the ship here.
I mean, it shouldn't have, especially since it doesn't fire its thruster until it's pointing at its target.
Well, I'm going to hop on the ship here and get Rambot to work on it, try to get some repairs done here.
I've got a better idea. Hang on.
Are you going to make a tentacle buoy?
Day of the Tentacle.
Hmm.
An excellent game that I never played.
AiyonMk3, ladies and gentlemen, for all your hot tentacle action.
Unfortunately, the ship's wandered off, so the repair system's no longer working.
Yeah, it'd be nice if the repair, worked when you're in multiplayer, but no. I see what you did there.
I did nothing. I'm not cheating, honest.
Of course, that isn't going to work. Well, now it is.
I just wanted to get it close. Still not doing anything though, as far as I can tell. Oh wait, no, yeah, it is doing something, isn't it? Little Mean says that he's done enough hentai to know where this is going.
I don't think you could spend more than a few days on the internet without knowing what hentai is.
Quite likely.
She has taken her sweet ass time to heal up, though.
This is true.
Obligatory repair bot spam, you think?
Well, we're not planning on doing any further adjustments to this thing, are we?
No, not really.
Then I guess so.
By the way, COPPA, if you're watching this, I'll get you the blueprint to you as soon as this is done recording. Should I try spunning in something else?
Are we fixed?
This cram cannon doesn't seem to be. The second one to the rear, the second most furthest set of crams to the rear.
I'll never fear. The HMS Tentacle is coming to rescue you.
I just would have thought the repair bots would have got it by now.
Nah, that's lacking off, honestly.
Probably. Whee.
Besides, I have built a much better boat than that pile of junk we've put together so far this stream. This is a true FTD boat, unlike that monstrosity. Yes. Oh dear. My mean and existence are just talking about basic numbers and things. And when did I turn around? I glanced away and my boat turned around. Yep, this is definitely how from the Depths plays.
Indeed.
Whee! I've done it. I have made it wheelie.
Yeah, those cram cannons still aren't repairing. Desync, you think?
Maybe, I don't know. Hang on. Bonk. Right. I'm not seeing the pieces at all. Oh wait, no, hang on. No, I am.
Do you think you accidentally hacked them off, or no? No.
No, it's still registering the pieces are there, but for some reason it's not fixing them.
Okay, maybe it's just a visual thing then.
Actually, I just rebuilt it with an overwrite and it disappeared again. So
Weird.
something in the cannon mechanism is.
Oh.
It was the firing pieces that weren't letting it appear.
That's
right.
Okay. Then I guess I'll get us another Marauder.
Yep, we're good for another target. Hopefully one that doesn't appear quite as close. Of course, I'm right between this. Oh dear.
Well, it killed the Marauder, almost. I mean,
they went straight over my head. Oop.
You think that's enough torpedoes?
No. Oh.
They are moving. Holy crap.
I just love how my boat was sitting right in the middle of that volley. That
yeah, you were extremely lucky there.
Yeah, shells whistled above me, torpedoes shot below me, and it's like... Okay, yeah, we could do some more targets, though.
Maybe something a little more beefy?
Kingstead?
Yeah, we could do Kingstead. That's a regular design, is it not? Yes.
Yeah, regular Onyx Watch boat. Hi Ethan, welcome to the stream.
I think we forgot to install something.
What?
Well, the lambs didn't fire at the incoming crams.
Munition warners?
Yeah.
And this is why we do combat tests.
Yes. And now the crams are acting all weird. Just
look at the torpedoes fly. Honestly, this zero float depth thing, I'm not too sure about it. If I'm honest. No, actually, they seem to be doing okay when they know where the heck they're going.
Yeah, they seem a little confused right now.
Are those the big missiles?
Yeah.
They are. Why are they firing so fast? I installed a delay on those things, darn it.
I don't know, Ion.
Yeah.
I just saw some shells just disappear. It's probably just multiplayer stuff.
We are identifying flaws in the design. I'm not gonna lie.
But we are at over 2 million explosive damage right now, so there's that.
I wonder, should I try and add some kinetic with the devastating ramming attack of my proud little boat? I must feel like I contributed to this fight.
Yeah.
Oh, honestly, this kind of thing is the boats I was building back when I first started from the depths. Combined with some skill midway through my time with From the Depths in the form of the advanced controller, so it's running with just those 2 rear propellers and it works just fine. Oh, it's been a while since I built a boat with just 2 rear facing propellers and it can actually steer itself properly. Just because I've been building stuff that isn't configured that way, I suppose. What's with the little rafts? Well, the ship got damaged, so I slapped out a bunch of material storage and repair tentacles. Yeah, as Little Mean points out, this craft is now, I guess, officially called the Tentacle. The problem was that the boat kept wandering away from it, so I slapped a couple of pontoons on it and some propellers, just so this little thing can actually move around and try to chase down the ship it's meant to be fixing. And that's all there is to it. That's all this raft is about. Though it has developed the ability to dodge missiles, apparently. That was really close. It has developed the ability to do backflips because it's not balanced very well. So
yeah,
if it goes flat
you did
out
kind of
full
just
speed,
throw that together.
Yeah. Why am I being shot at? Yep, there it
Better
goes.
question, why aren't you being shot at?
Because I turned the guns off on the Kingstead.
Ah.
So yeah, that's what this little raft is about. I'm also surprised that someone even asked about the raft, but yeah. I guess because it's just a little random thing that's wandering around in here. The Kingstead though is looking very damaged, Dama.
That's always nice. I'm just trying to put down some...
Oh. Existence says it's a very adorable little raft. Thank you, Existence. Though everyone else is latching onto the fact it's called the Tentacle. So, I don't know why I'm surprised, if I'm honest. Anyway, I'm
just hacking out some munition warners here.
Right. I'm gonna reset the stagger fire on those big missiles. Though I think we're out of range of those big missiles anyway.
What was the range on them?
Not much.
Okay.
I think I said the words. Oh wait, no, sorry, 2.5 kilometers actually. Yeah, they have actually got some range. It was the small missile launchers at the back that are limited to 1 kilometer.
Alrighty then.
Well, these guys were meant to be just like decoys to draw anti-missile fire, but they were firing way too regular. Just like the torpedo launchers were actually firing way too regular.
I wish I was more regular.
0.5 seconds.
Yes, I just made a poop joke.
Yeah, I know. I gave it all the attention it deserved.
Yeah, I'd say that was shit at best.
It certainly lacked substance. Yeah, that word. It was far from substantial. There we go. Did I build this boat backwards? Yes, apparently I did. Whoops. Ignore the fact that the tentacle boat is actually built backwards. I only just noticed the warnings that are occupying the left side of my screen. It's like,
The "Are you building your boat backwards" one?
Yeah, those ones. I only just noticed them. So, shows how much attention they get. Still, I think it's a tribute to the fact that it's built completely and utterly backwards, and yet it still functions perfectly. Well, as perfectly as it was ever intended to function. In fact, if I mounted the propellers on the back of it, it would work better. Anyway, have you saved that with the changes? I mean, you put the anti-munition warners and things on it?
Let me just put a few more, and I'll color good after that. I just kind of been spamming a prefab around. There we go. I think we're good now.
Okay, so we need to throw it against something airborne, don't we?
What do you have in mind?
My usual punching bag for airborne targets is an Atlas.
Okay. Let's see. Airships. I wish we wouldn't spawn so close. The lamp system does not seem to be taking out those shells, though.
I can't tell what's going on right now. Right, what happens?
The lamb seems to be struggling with those little bitty shells that the Atlas is shooting at us.
Oh, APS is actually very good against lambs.
Those aren't APS, those are like little bitty crams.
Apparently my boat has gained a couple more extra names. Ethan says it's called the LCATnet. Means calling it the wife net. And now everyone is saying, oh no, because the lambs didn't work properly. The lambs is trying to do something, but not doing very well at it. Yeah, each individual pulse shot is actually really weak.
And this is where we combat test.
And I am sorry to say that I have completely removed the LCATnet's ability to do wheelies. Because of how I've moved the propellers under the front like this. I've also improved its top speed as it happens. It can now do 10 to 12 meters per second. Look at me go. I will chase down the battleship over there.
Maybe we ought to try pulling the regulator off of the lamps to see if it'd make it work better.
As far as I know, it doesn't have a regulator.
I thought it did.
No, it's when I checked it a little bit ago, it didn't. So I think that might be part of the problem.
Yeah, those shots are pretty weak.
Well, I think it's because so many were going off, it's just like it completely depletes the power reserve. So it may have a bias towards some storage, but and have a decent set of pumps to recharge it, but it's depleting its power super fast. Okay, let's see. Laser, regulator. Minimum shot energy is 1,000? What would you say that? Like 1,000 energy per shot?
I usually go with like 2, but
Okay, 2.
I don't really use centralized lambs anymore.
Let's also greatly decrease the amount of energy discharge rates. Since it's set to minimums, I guess 3% discharge? No, 5% discharge rate. I don't know. Okay, right. We got something set, so go ahead and get it doing stuff.
Alright, I'll bring in another Atlas and we'll see if that makes any difference for us here. The crams, they seem to be very inaccurate on that first shot, though.
They always are, because, actually,
the required accuracy is at 5%.
I don't recall.
Yeah.
Maybe I just never set it properly. Even then, if the turrets turn too quickly, it's... No, the crams are at 0.1%. No, wait, did you change that?
The first set of them, yes.
Okay, so they were at default.
This one's at 0.5. Or, I'm sorry, 5.
Why did it be 0.5?
I'm sorry, 5%.
Okay, there we go. So this is another reason for combat testing. These crams are not actually set up quite the way I like to set them up, so...
Yeah.
There we go.
It looks like you already got these here in the back then?
Yeah, I just finished doing those.
Okay. It just seemed like they're wildly inaccurate. I was like, what the hell's going on here?
Well, they are fast turning actually, but it should be slow enough for the ship to actually get some targeting data before shooting stuff. And everyone in my chat is now going about T900 Chan and Terminator Sama and JoJo references apparently.
That looks a lot better now. Like they're all going towards the target actually. So, yeah.
Nope.
Didn't seem like it was getting the... Yeah, it's still not doing very good against the shells.
When it bothers to shoot at them. Kind of weird, this. I'm not sure what's going on with the lambs, but then I haven't touched the lambs in a long time either, so I'm not sure what I could say about it.
Yeah, beats me.
All I know is, no matter what enemy you spawn in, they always shoot for the ship you're on and not the ship I'm on.
I think I want to try a...
I can see the torpedoes arcing gracefully out of the water in the distance. Warden. Oh, one it actually launched a shell my way. How rude. How rude.
And Geo finally came back and said, why must I always miss the best parts? Oh, that actually took out a few of them.
Yes, I think it's that the Atlas fires low bore crams. The Singularity seems to fire a bigger one. So yeah, I think it might just be because the Atlas had small, fast cram shells.
Maybe.
More than anything else. Combined with the 500-meter range you've got on those AMS nodes.
Then again, the crams off of an Atlas, they're garbage anyway. They bounce off of everything.
They're harder to detect in general.
Geo, you say lots of things.
Did these cram turrets not have fusing boxes?
Ours?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
I
you
don't
put
remember.
fuses on them, Ion.
I'm pretty sure, but the shells were not acting. Are they just inertial fuses?
I doubt it because I just saw one bounce.
I'm checking. Hang on. Fusing box. Time from launch. Yeah, so they've got time fuses apparently,
Oh,
but the time was wrong on. I think it's actually multiplayer desync because
it could be. Do we want to do
yeah.
a reset then, real quick?
I don't know. I think we're about at the end though, aren't we?
You're probably right.
So yeah, it's okay. Leave off on the reset. Let's.
I'll go ahead and save it just in case. And
I'm just getting a view of it cruising across the water.
I'm sorry. I thought.
That's okay. That's fine. It's fine. It's alright. Mean says that I am not knowledgeable with numbers and their overlord melody. What?
I have no idea. Anyway,
I'll be honest, guys, in the chat. You kind of lost me a while back. I think it was when you started quoting JoJo references or something or other.
I don't know. Gio's saying something about a weeby rampage.
A weeaboo rampage?
A weeby rampage. Something about well, earlier he said I go away to watch a short movie, and suddenly Ion's chat is anime. Why must I always miss the best parts? I said two other things too, but you ignored my weeby rampage. I also said you say a lot of things.
I think my stream just crashed actually.
Uh-oh.
Stream has disconnected.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this and drop it in. Oh, hey, Led.
Yeah, stream has disconnected 2 minutes ago now. And it's,
Uh-oh. That figures.
It's still trying to reconnect. I think my stream might be dead.
Well, we were getting to a good stopping point anyway. But yeah, I think we could successfully call this pimped. What do you think, Ion?
Pimp Mah Bote.
Yeah, I would say it is pimped, yes.
Thoroughly. I'm just going to go into the Pimp Mah Bote chat here real quick. I'm kind of curious to see what's the next one on the docket. Let's see here. So after LeCogulars... Chaos had one. And, oh my god, Benzo's got that big, scary PC melting battleship coming up in the queue.
Oh god.
I think that might be one of those instances where we might have to make an executive decision.
I think something happened YouTube side. My YouTube chat was also down. But in my stream recording software, I could actually see the chat responses still going on.
Oh, okay. That's odd.
Yeah, so something broke.
Okay.
But I have actually officially ended the stream on my side now. So, yeah.
Alright, well, I guess I'll wrap it up on my end. Guys, I will go ahead and make this available to you in the stream blueprint dump. So you can go ahead and pick it up from there if you want to fill around with it. LeCogular, I will send you a copy of the blueprint directly so you can look it over. Hope you enjoy. AiyonMk3 and Damaddok present Pimp Mah Bote today, folks. Have yourselves.
One moment. One moment. Don't end yet.
Oh, okay.
You have saved this, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I have just turned off all the weapons. I am installing an enemy simulatorum, thingamabobby,
Oh, okay.
and turning it into a hostile boat.
Are we going to make it fight itself?
Nope, I'm going to throw a nuke at it.
Oh.
Just because why not?
Okay. Well, if we're throwing nukes at it.
Well, we need to see how it handles overkill, don't we?
I'm going to launch something at it.
Where are my nukes? Guys, I've lost my nukes. If you find them, please don't press the red button. Here we go. And my nuke is circling helplessly. Right. What can I say, guys? I know what I'm doing. Apparently. Are the AI settings different in this version of the game?
Maybe a wee bit, yeah. I got some nukes here. Hold on.
Oh, it was in the wrong mode. Hang on. It also doesn't seem to know where the enemy is. Yeah, okay, yeah, go with your nukes. Your nukes work in this version. Typical ass, isn't it?
Did you turn on the enemy simulator?
Yeah.
Because I'm not seeing a red thing popping up on my HUD, like, at all.
When I press C, it says that the pimped is red.
Desync?
Yep, sounds like. We found
Yeah,
another
because my
okay.
nuclear attack missiles aren't working correctly.
Hang on. Let me load in this guy on the deep water guard side.
That might work. Why the hell didn't I think of that?
Does the same thing. I think my nukes are busted in this version. Right.
Hold on. I think I got this. Yes.
I don't even know where yours is.
Actually, it's kind of messed up, but...
Yeah, it's not working properly, is it?
It's working properly.
Well, I don't even know where your nuke is.
Oh, you'll see it.
Is it chasing my nukes?
It's chasing something. So one's heading towards the ship right now. And now, for some reason, it's veering off course, and I don't know why.
Yeah, this is a... Well, this is a thrilling end to your stream, isn't it? Will we actually nuke the ship we've been building? Will we not? Stay tuned! Oops, something blew up. Not sure what that was. Yeah, you've got a couple of these things approaching the ship.
Yeah, they should be, like, turning towards it.
Oh, another nuke went off in the distance.
Yep. Hold on.
I think we're nuking everything except the ship we're trying to blow
You're
up.
probably right. Well, I got this thing.
Oh yeah.
Except, I think I spawned it in on the wrong side.
It's on player side.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. I think we're about to get nuked. Yes!
That took a lot of work.
Yeah. It didn't really do all that much damage, surprisingly.
It's a turret cap.
Ah, okay. Here comes another one.
One of the original ones from you.
Yes.
The defensive lasers actually fired there for a few moments, trying to intercept shells.
I think now we just have like a few of them chasing each other up here.
Probably.
Oh!
Right.
And now that one's flying off into the sunset.
I think we can call this test quote unquote concluded.
Yay! Okay. I went and spun that on the wrong thing anyway.
Yeah, sorry guys for making Dama drag the stream out a little bit more, but
Oh, that's fine.
fun with faulty explosives. There you go.
But they did hit eventually. They did fairly...
Well, some of them did.
Yeah, they did fairly substantial damage, actually.
Not enough to knock it out of a fight, but definitely enough to slow it down.
Of course, I could always just bring in Corollas Rex Mark II and have it like pummel this thing into the water, but you know. Then again, she doesn't have her shields yet. Yeah. Okay, well I'm good for calling it if you are on.
I've already called it. Remember?
Oh, okay. Well then, this has been Damaddok82 with AiyonMk3 for Pimp Mah Bote. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Have yourselves a hell of a day, and keep your hammers high. Later.
Yeah. Take care, guys.